Generic greetings and welcome back to Airships Conquer the Skies once again. We are currently in a fight and that's because somebody, and I'm not going to point fingers and name names, somebody forgot to pause it after they saved it, which meant when I came back from using the amenities, we've been assaulted. Currently we've got the Bold and the Unnamed, which happens to have a big Imperial cannon on it with some flak and other things, and that I'm guessing is two large suspendium chambers, so the height, the service ceiling on that's probably going to be up here. Either way, I am going to have to fight the Grey Towers, and I have 3 of the the ATGPs? Hang on, reserve. Yes, ATGPs, all-terrain gun platform, I believe it stood for, as well as... yeah, 3 of these. 3 of these, well, 2 white lookouts and 1, which is similar, but it's got rockets. I don't think I'm going to have much of a problem defeating these guys. So there's the shots out straight away. Obviously, the cannons from these are going to be firing as well. Now, these are fairly well armoured, so I think we can handle the assault. And obviously, because these have got nice cannons on the top there, we've got really decent arc of fire. This thing's getting attacked as it's flying overhead. The problem we'll have is that eventually it's going to fall out of the sky, which is going to land on this ATGP, but we'll do what we can. In the previous episode, for clarification, we made a carrier, and we've called it the Vampire because that was the default name that the game gave us and I liked it, and we're going to try it. Now, I think it's got a serious flaw in that it can't take out of the planes, which for an aircraft carrier, not so good. It is just a carrier for bombers, and oh, good grief, the that looked cool. That looks less cool. What happened was there, the ship, I think it lost a suspendium chamber, landed on the top of the ATGP, and because I am made out of stronger stuff, it got demolished more than me, and then it took the top off, but the head still stayed on until then when it just blew up, and that's a shame. But we have bested them there, so that is fine. That was in here, so we've actually not lost... Oh, we have lost this there. We have lost only a bit of the front end. The rest's fine, and we'll repair that one as well. So that was quite an easy one. So, we do have a Vampire there and a Vampire there. We're going to move them together, and we are going to assault over this area, because, quite frankly, it's an easy win, and that then gives us spider legs. We've got a total of 4 cities to fight. And actually, you know what? View City? What have they got there? Oh, even better set of tests. Let's go over there and invade. So anyway, going to go over there, invade these guys with our vampires. We currently have 71,000 generic units of currency because, as I said, I left it unpaused because I totally forgot. So anyway, let's just see what this is like. So there is the service ceiling of these things. I'm going to put them right at the back because there's really no reason for me to do so, or not to do so, because they are planes after all. In fact, what I'm going to do is put them far up as possible, so outside of their flak field. Outside of their guns, rather, although I think we'll be trading shots. Yeah, we are going to be trading shots. So either way, we are going to start to launch the planes. There go the planes, and you can see the Hussars are going as well. So we've got a total of 18 Hussars, these things here, and we've got a total of 10 bombers. So let's just see how long this thing lasts, shall we? Already, you can see a lot of damage on this, and that's simply because of the amount of bullets that I've got heading at this thing, because obviously these are armed with Gatling guns. Only 2 of them though. We are taking shots back, but the bombers are making fairly light work of this. Now immediately I'm going to stop it there because I want to move these guys further forward, and that's because they've lost all of their flak. So when we go over the top, we should be fine. So I'm going to issue the movement to go forward. I'll issue the order to move forward, should I say. We are losing some dust from this tank, but it seems to be being okay at the moment, and that is a fairly easy win. Brutal takeover there, and yeah, that worked. That worked. I'm very happy about that one. Okay, we will repair this one, and quite frankly, I think we do have to design a ship, open design, and we're going to open the Vampire. I really do think that not having a biplane is a bad thing on this. So how can I resolverate that? Well, I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, remove those. We will put a couple of biplanes on the front, 1 and then 2, and then we'll go ahead and add 1, 2, 3, 4, that might be alright. What if we actually pull that right forward like so? Could we fit a fifth one on? If we can get a fifth one on, that'll be absolutely spectacular. We could, but it's going to look very stupid. Okay, understandable. Let's go back to what we've just done then. So, I don't mind it hanging over a little bit. In fact, it makes sense it hanging over just a smidge. Like that. That's fine. So let's just connect these up. I'm not going to alter the walkways, because quite frankly I don't think we need to. And at the back, do I want to do that? No, it looks silly. Alright, okay. So, instead then, I'll just accept that I'm going to lose a bomber. I don't think that's too much of an issue, do you? There we go. And remove these. And as I said, hanging over the edge there doesn't really... I don't really mind, because it's as if it's like a... I don't know, it's just a ramp that, you know, takes off that way. So that's fine. So we'll save that design. Save the design, we'll save it as a V2. And there we are. We'll build one of those because we might as well. And then we're going to probably refit that, open the design, save it as a V2. Refit there. Sorted. Alright, so those seem to work. That's good. So, what have we got left? Oh, they are assaulting. That's a problem. I don't actually have any defenses there. I'm going to cancel the refits. Cancel the building of that, because I'm going to need to take that thing out. So I don't have anything because I cancelled the refits. They've won by default. Okay. Apparently cancelling the refit just cancels the ship. I did not know that. Right, that's caused an issue. Right, let's go to build ship then, and let's get some more of these vampires built. 1, 2, 3. That's the wrong one. 4. And 5. It's not as if we don't have the money. So, there's that build. What can we make with the stuff that we have now? Well, we've done Gatling guns. We did, for a second, in Subtle Creek, have some flamethrowers. We've obviously now lost that. We've got spider's legs down the bottom there, which I'm going to take soon. Stone Guardian, I'll have to deal with that. And yeah, you've got the grappling hooks, air grenadiers, which is useful. Yeah, that is useful. The thing is, if we go to build ship and we go to legacy, we can see all of the stuff that we've made previously, and the acid thing was really cool. I think that we haven't got that in the game yet. A lot of these, like, we don't have the mods for it, so we can't load it. I mean, the Bombardington there, that's very similar to the big rocket thing that we have now, apart from this one's got suspendium chambers. So, but we knew that going into it, that we wanted to design something a bit weird. There's the Carryington version 2, which is just a really worse version of what we're currently building. We've got the drone ship, which I think that's really cool. It's 10 grand, but 2, 4, 6, 24... So 48 Hussar bays, I think. I think that's about right. Yeah, I think it's 48 Hussar bays, and it was really cool. This thing is really, really cool because it just turns up and everything then seems to die. I mean, even it can do that at times. Oh, look at that. Oh, that's... the Grape Shottington, so small. We haven't actually made a very, very small vessel yet, have we? That's an interesting one. The Mini Sub-Ington Test, which is just a biplane, triplane, Hussar bay. That's, yeah, interesting. We should really make some a small vessel at some point. We'll probably do that in a moment. Anyway, so I'm just going to unpause it, max speed it out, make sure all of these are built. Then we're going to meet them all up probably in Carib, I think. Move, move. Actually, no. Stormness, because that's where we're going to assault from. Because we're going to assault down there. Here we have... There we go. That looks really quick, but remember it's on max speed, so that isn't the case. And we will now assault here. And let's see just how long it takes to win. Because they have 3 cannons for me to fight against, and oh my, we have a little bit more than that. Let's just put them like that. And fight. There's the shots going out. Obviously, them alone is going to, yeah, do the job. They've surrendered. Brutal takeover. That should be us fine. And then we're going to invade here, because there should be an actual test of these things. I forgot to check, how expensive are they? The Vampire version 2 is 4 grand. Well, 4,490 generic units of currency. And for that we gain 4 bombers, 2 biplanes. Bear in mind that the biplanes and the bombers are advanced aircraft, so you need the advanced aircraft trait, which we've got from... there. Scariel. And they're better than the triplane counterparts. Triplanes are just like sort of... They've got a bit of everything. They can hit you with I think they do dive bombing. I think they can do that, and they've also got the they've also got a gun for shooting down with aircraft, but obviously these ones are more specialised. So let's start that fight there. Immediately what I'm going to do though is say target that thing and get that thing down and out quickly. And immediately we've lost some suspendium chambers. Oh, sorry, some suspendium tanks, and the whole things are falling off the sky. That was not something I envisaged happening. There is immediately the downside of having all of these carries, because we've got so little space. Although to be fair, these are now still legitimate things. Yeah, we've got very little space because they're so long, to put them together. You can't clump them together, because otherwise that would fall out the sky, and that happened. Okay, well it did happen. So we're just gonna have to wait for the hussars and stuff to deal with that. Oh, look at that! There's the bombers doing their job quite nicely. So you've got bombers dropping on there. We've got the hussars going back and forward. That is really carving that down. I can also hear explosions on the left. And ooh, let's just not look at that. The worst thing is, these are still all legitimate vessels. They've got no propulsion whatsoever. So whatever happens here, I have lost all of those. But let's just see what happens. We've got loads of bombers. There's all the bombers coming down, as you can see. Loads of hussars coming in. I mean, we flung, what, 20 grand at the problem here? I think so. And I'm losing all of the bombers because they've got lots of flak. As you might imagine, that's quite bad for bombers. I think we've lost this regardless of what happens, because they've just taken out all of the stuff. Ideally, we would... actually, that wouldn't work. I was about to say, ideally what we would do would be to bombard them with torpedoes at long range to take out the majority of the weapons, and then finish them off with the bombers. But you can't do that because the bombers don't have any commands. They just assault and do their own thing, and it's a real problem, which I still think is an oversight. Maybe if there's something I'm missing, fair point. Maybe that is the case, but I don't really know of any other way of doing it. I'm going to put these on aim fire. I don't think we can win this fight, not with one bomber. 0 bombers. Oh no, there's a biplane. Yeah, that's not going to do much either. But we've got all our Gatling guns, which is happily peppering all of these. I mean, look at the damage we're causing. You can see all of the... You see all of these just getting chipped and chipped and chipped away. Best one to target with that middle one. This front one here is no longer a threat to us, really. It's only got 2 rifles left. We need to take the cannons out on the front. There's the biplane coming in. You know what? We're causing so much damage here that it might still be feasible that we could win this, unless we run out of ammo, you understand. Let me just pause a second, go to outside view, and just see how much damage we've taken. You know what? Considering we lost all of the bottom parts, These things are still in fairly decent shape. I think these are some of the best design things we've made in a while. Cost effectiveness wise. Obviously I knew that there was going to be a problem with using the suspendium dust tanks, but we didn't really care about if they stayed in the air. They just needed to deliver the planes. So that's not a problem. As always, fielding them in huge groups doesn't work because... Good grief, then we might win this. Fielding them in huge groups does not work because they just get in each other's way. When one falls out the sky, the others fall out the sky. The only way of getting around that would be to move stuff. But to be fair, we have probably bested 3 white lookouts. Yeah, victory. We've bested 3 of the white lookouts. These are called Watchful, Read About, Great Fastness, and Watchful, Read About again. 2 a marksman and a greyhound, which is that really big flyer, and that walker. We've bested all of those. Wow, okay. We've lost all the vampires though, sadly. That's a shame. We're probably going to lose this straight away as well because they're just going to... Oh, I was about to say they're going to move over here, but they're not. I'm going to then... I think I'll move my other ships in then, just to occupy the position. There we go. That's fine now. Right. Yeah, that's good. That's good. I'm thinking, what's the better way of improving this then? I don't know. I don't know. It's strange that the bombers and the planes and the Hussar bays don't require coal or ammo. They just need supply. Alright. But then I guess they're currently offset by the fact that they just go and fly off on their own volition and do their own thing. So you have a problem there. Okay. Okay. I'm trying to think of a way we can improve the design, but quite frankly, anything more I put on here will make it just more expensive and heavier. I don't think I really need to alter it. You may be able to argue that putting a bigger engine on the back would be okay, but we don't need the speed. They just turn up and they do their own thing. Most of the time, the bombers and the Hussars only die when they get close to their target anyway. It's not the getting in that's the problem. It's once they're in there, they'll fall apart. But there's nothing we can do about that. So, quite frankly, I don't think there's much we need to do about that. Let's just build a couple more of those then. Build 3 of them, I think. And there you are. Right. And then we'll attack the Stone Guardian with all the flies again, I think. Get rid. Get rid. In fact, I might try attacking the Stone Guardian with just the vampires. Shall I try that? 3 vampires? I think we might. We now have spiders' legs and flamethrowers, which seems to be a very interesting combination. I don't know if we can put those together to make something useful, but I don't think so. That is missing its top, and I don't know if this is a different design one then, or not. Either way, these are going to be placed in a way such that if they fall out the sky, they will not completely explode and hit each other. Start the fight, and no, it does have this horrible... Oh no, it is a slightly different design. The other one made it sort of swirl around, whereas this one it seems to be firing at it. I don't know if that is the intended thing, but this seems very arcane, this thing. It's a bit off-putting, it's very arcane, very ancient. I'm guessing that was the intention. It's also really doing a number on these Hussars, but it's just not causing the damage that it needs to. Still got our miniguns firing away. That's 6 miniguns on there. Gonna put them all on aimed fire. Not that we're missing much anywhere. You can see we are chipping the top off there, and oh, there it goes. Yeah, they don't seem to be a great issue. Was that 10 grand? Oh, thanks. I'll donate that to the the Generics and War Fund for orphans or something, because, quite frankly, I don't think I need the money. We're about to go to over 100,000, which I don't think I've ever gone in this game. Right, so, there was that. Well, that was that, and now it's now. Clockwork wasps up there, we've dealt with before, we've seen that. Giant spiders, same deal. Turtle doves, that's a new one. Let's see what that's all about. I don't know why these are a problem. I'm guessing these are just flying turtles. It's great chewing. Oh, sweet. Well, sorry, Terry. I'm going to have to take your creation out of the equation. Fight. I wonder what they do. Apparently not much. They just sort of fly around. Yeah, are we the bad guys here? Are we just assaulting turtles for no reason? Oh, hang on. Oh dear, oh dear, oh no. Yeah, we're just assaulting turtles. I don't think we need to do this, quite frankly, because they don't seem to be that aggressive. I'm guessing, by the way, that the colour of their backs, I'm guessing that's it's a suspendium shell. That's because of the colour, you see. Well, that's it. And then what's that? Is that the layer down there? Oh, yes. Yeah, it was. It's suspendium rich. So we've made fashionable floating jewellery and other such things. I feel really bad now. Poor defensive creatures just sitting there. But I've never seen them before, so I couldn't make a decision to... Ooh, is that green dragons? Yeah, let's attack those. Yeah, I don't really want to attack those again in the game. I think I'll not bother. There's green dragons there, and I don't think I've been against green dragons. I don't like dragons. They tend to have a lot of flame. And they're also really, really powerful. But we have hussars, and we have bombers, and we have explosions. Oh, good grief. Yeah, there we go. This is why the biplanes are going to be quite useful. Actually, the hussars are completely ignoring it and going towards that down there. So, what is attacking the dragons? Ah, the bombers are trying to attack the dragons. I don't know how you're going to bomb a dragon with that speed, but good luck to you. However, oh no, the bombs are working. Look, there's the bombers. Bombers are happily taking the green dragons out. The biplanes, however, are doing a very good job. That's fine. So we've got Gatling guns forward, taking that out. And this here. I really should have a suspendium chamber, because then we wouldn't have to repair them. If we had suspendium chambers that made the service ceiling anything positive, so even if it was just 5 meters, then it would save these from destruction when they lose all of their gas bags. So I'm going to lose 2 here, even though they're pretty much fine, although that one's burning right in the centre there, which is bad. Yeah, if it's grounded, then it's... We only get 20 for that, is that it? Yeah, because of how it works. If you lose all of the... propulsion... Well, all the propulsion, all of the lift, and/or, then it's bad. Whereas if we put a suspendium chamber on there, even if that service ceiling will be 5 or 6 meters, it's technically a positive, which means it can then still move. Might be worth doing it. Either way, I'm going to call it there. Next episode, we will finish the game off. Great Towers Nimbus to take out. At the end of the day, I could attack them now. It's a win. We can see it's a win. But it's always been about trying to design interesting things. So... Next episode, something with flamethrowers, I think. Yeah, we'll give that a go. Maybe even spider legs and flamethrowers. I have no idea if that's going to work, but there's only one way to find out. As always, if you have enjoyed the video, thanks very much for watching, take care, and generic partings.